It's the National Football League on EA Sports as we get a rematch of the helmet catch game, Super Bowl 42. It's the New England Patriots and the New York Giants, and it's all up next.
It can hold over 82,000 fans, and every one of those seats is filled for this one, as our coverage of the NFL brings us to MetLife Stadium. Alongside my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott, and this is a matchup, Brock, that we may see many, many times in the future of this league. A couple of rookie starters leading their offenses at quarterback.
And that really does make it a measuring stick game for both of them, Kate. Rookie quarterbacks in the draft, they're always linked to each other from the moment they're tabbed the starters in their first season. And then when you get to look across and you get to play one, you know that both of them want to be the one who leads their guys to a win, because that's a victory that'll be talked about both for the rest of their rookie season and beyond.
We're through the warm-ups. Both teams are ready. And we're off from MetLife. Gray now on the return. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. So out come the Giants. Their first drive of the game coming up. They'll be led out by this promising young signal caller, already a starter in his first season out of Ole Miss.
It's always fun, puts a smile on my face when I see a rookie leading an offense out. A lot of them look like 10-year vets with confidence and poise in the middle of that huddle, in the middle of their teammates. But let's watch his first couple throws. That's where sometimes you could see some of those nerves slipping through.
First play is to the air. It's caught right side by Jaxson. And he gets a small chunk there before he's touched down.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Back to throw now. Escapes the pocket. Oh, look at this, here he goes. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. He'll throw it. Gets this to Jaxson. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 47. Short pass brought in. And he goes out a little short of the 40.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. On the handoff, this is Tracy. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. Throwing from the gun here. That's complete to Darius Slayton. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Giants will have a first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Man there, it's Malik Neighbors. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. It's a pickup of 11. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
A give to Tracy up the middle. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Second down now, 7 to go. He's going to throw this one. Has it in close. He has the New York touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Graham Gano to tack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Giants will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Gano ready to send this away. This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So now it's the Patriots' turn to head out for the first time on offense. Leading them out, someone with a big arm and a field general's mindset, Drake May.
Drake entered the league as a top 5 pick because he checks a lot of boxes. Just the way you want him. Tall, athletic, great arm. 1 year at North Carolina, put on an absolute show. And yeah, second year as a starter took a little bit of a beating and some question whether or not he was still a top 5 pick. The ability, there's no question there. It is now the consistency in taking care of the football that will be a big part of Drake's career. Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 31. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Drew Phillips making the tackle.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 42. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Got to figure out this 3rd down here. From the gun, it's May. And he's in trouble and gets brought down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Couple sacks on the opening drive. You better get to fix-it mode in a hurry. And I'm talking about on the sidelines. I'm talking as a quarterback. You've got to solve this pass rush because we know one thing about guys in this league defensively. When they get a couple sacks, they can smell it, and they're going to raise the intensity to another level.
Patriots punt team coming out with former 6th-rounder Bryce Behringer to do the honors. His work begins at the 31. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. 58 yards on the punt there. And it's going to be their football coming up. Staying between the tackles with Tracy. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required, along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
They go right back to Tracy. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Tracked down by Robert Spillane. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. This is complete to Neighbors. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Giants will have a first down.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Jabril Peppers bringing that one to an end. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Throwing this back in the end zone. And that won't be brought in, but I love the deep shot there. Some excitement for us on our final play of the opening quarter. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We'll get back to East Rutherford after this. Welcome back. We'll begin this second quarter with the Giants in possession. This has been a good drive, but it's at risk here on 3rd down. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Tracy. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No gain that time, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Here's Tracy once more. And he's going to get taken down near the goal line. It's a gain down to the 1. A solid run, 7 yards on the pickup, and that brings up 3rd and goal.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15+ at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Rolling left, buying some time. And they will score! Touchdown, New York! The Giants pull out in front further, 13-zip. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Gano for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Giants double their lead to 14. Gano ready to send this away. Antonio Gibson now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. New England taking the field. Its second series of the game coming up. They haven't been able to get that offense going just yet, Brock. The deficit at 14. May on 1st and 10. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete. Trying to find Stephon Diggs. And it's going to be 2nd down.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. May now from the gun. Into a ton of traffic, and this one's intercepted. And the Giants get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game. He got in front of that one for the pick. Looked like that's the receiver it was designed to go to on that play, too.
Yeah, the QB just must have missed the lurky defender in coverage right there. That's where, as a QB, you've got to have the vision to not just see your route, but see those defenders in front of it. If you stare down your receivers in this league, turnovers follow.
Another drive coming up for this offense. And while one sideline has 0 points, this offense, wow, they have had 0 issues so far getting into that end zone.
They are rolling right now, Kate, and unless there's a speed bump on the immediate horizon, things are at risk of getting out of hand. I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Connects with Johnson. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. That's caught for the 1st. And he's able to get this down to the 13. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Running this with Tracy. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got him tackled behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. They'll go left side with Tracy. And he's brought down for a loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him adding a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you could just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Dropping back to throw. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that is going to haunt him. A drop touchdown in the end zone. We'll see how good his mental toughness is if he can move past it quickly and make an impact for them later.
On 4th down, we'll see Graham Gano lead the Giants field goal unit out. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. The kick by Gonzalez is good. And that one was hit great. It sails on through without incident.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here. But they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, well, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with a high percentage make.
Gano ready to send this away. Has this at the 6. Finds some space. He's past the 30. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. Here's New England ready once again on offense. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet. Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Back to the air. It's May. Completed over the middle. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Out of the gun, they'll give it. Oh, he lost the football. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
Hey, a normal old stop with 3rd down just wasn't good enough for this crew. Nope, they had to rip the ball away from him literally in an impressive and dominant play that sets their offense up for success.
Their offense running back out now. And they settled for a chip shot field goal last time, Brock. You got to think they want to be able to finish it off and reach the end zone here. Throwing now, following the turnover. Catch made, Tyrone Tracy. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Christian Gonzalez getting there for the tackle.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays on the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
A give right side to Tracy. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Christian Gonzalez getting there for the tackle. They manage a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4. He'll look to throw. A throw left side finds Johnson. And they bring him down around the 34. It's a gain of 4. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down. Back to throw. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Part of the reason this offense been humming today, been in such great rhythm and got this lead, well, they've protected themselves so well. Now they finally get punched in the face. And how do you adjust and how do you respond? Does it remain business as usual to stay out front, or can this defense finally get home?
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Trying again following the sack. Neighbors with a catch. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Tracked down by Robert Spillane. 3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Now they send their back in motion right. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that will set up 1st and goal.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Goal to go, they're passing. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. He'll throw it yet again. Into traffic, complete. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
And he will score. It's a New York touchdown. The Giants get more points to end a lopsided first half. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Gano for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Giants make it a 24-point ball game. Gano ready to send this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. The Patriots back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. Only 17 seconds left for him as they begin this drive. And with field position and the clock against them, probably not going to see anything of substance here before halftime. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Micah McFadden able to make the play. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. That's going to bring us to the end of this first half of football with the Giants holding things down in East Rutherford. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far. But there's still plenty of time left for this one
ready to send
tighten
this
up
away.
significantly.
Return coming from the 6. The Patriots and this running back headed back out for a new series. And we always hear running backs say one fumble is too many for a game. Well, he's lost one now. The low point in a game that's had a lot of struggles for him on the ground. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Best run games in this league have balance. Can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Putting a receiver in motion. First down, and they go right back to him. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
That is teaching tape for a linebacker. Read, react, and finish.
Offense to the line for second down. Operating from the gun, here's May. It's complete to Hunter Henry. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You trade a little bit of speed, sure, but you sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
So now here's 3rd and 5. To throw, here's May. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete, 4th down coming up.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
The Patriots have their punting unit out. First punt win 45 yards. This looks considerably further. Oh, he nearly coffin cornered that one. Just a little too far, and it's out of the side of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So it's 2nd down coming up. Well, Brock, this substantial deficit sure hasn't toned the edge that this defense is playing with, huh? If anything, feels like they might be getting more aggressive, looking to make some sort of impact play.
And that's because turnovers are really the name of the game for this defense at this point, Kate. That aggressiveness still super welcome, no question. But they know it's not just incompletions, it's taking the ball away that's next. You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. They'll throw it again. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
It's Tracy on the carry. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Pickup of 5 on that play. And the Giants will have a 1st down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
They run. Here's Tracy. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Into the hands of Neighbors. And that will not be enough for a first down. Third down, 1 yard to go. Off the play fake, he's gonna throw. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
On fourth down, we'll see Graham Gano lead the Giants field goal unit out. This will be from 52 yards. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that will add to their score.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Gano ready to send this away. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. The New England offense running out now. All the touchdowns have come from one side of the field, Brock. They're still looking for their first points of any kind in a game that has gotten out of hand. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 29. He completes it in traffic. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
1st and 10 from the 41. From the gun, it's May. That's taken in by Henry. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Bobby Okereke making that stop. Second down now, 7 to go. They send a man in motion. They'll run here from the gun. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Hey, these DNs love to get after the quarterback, but the most well-rounded of them are the guys who can anchor your run defense too. Mission accomplished.
And the Giants going nickel, 3rd down coming. On play action, here's May. Down he goes, the Giants got to him. And the defense comes through, that's gonna back him up and bring up 4th down.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there's none to be had. No escape route available this time.
They'll send out the punting unit. Bryce Behringer, the one to send it away. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. Takes it in at the 21. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The offense headed back to the field. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Here's 2nd and 2. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Toward the sideline, and he locates Jaxson. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the 1st down that comes with it.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
They go play action on 1st. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's Giants football, and they've got to feel pretty good about this score entering the 4th. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. A handoff to Tracy. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Here's a throw. He locates Daniel Bellinger. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
And the Patriots in the nickel for this 3rd down call. They're throwing it. Has his man, it's Tracy. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
On the handoff, this is Tracy. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
Even though that run did not net them a 1st down, I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know they had bigger visions when they called that play. This is one of those spots, Kate, where when a defense is dialed in, especially in the red zone, it's very tough to surprise them with anything.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Looking to the air here. Coverman is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. He's going to run for it. It's an option right. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Now they'll throw out of the gun. He's got it! And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Looking for a throw here. Forced out to his right. And he scores. It's a New York touchdown. The Giants continue piling it on here in the 4th. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist, and you got to be an artist that can create when things break down, and that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Gano for the PAT. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Giants grow their lead yet again. Gano ready to send this away. Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Patriots running their offense out there. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Patriots will have a first down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Henry on the catch. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. May now from the gun. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away. Incomplete.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a cornerback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
May now on third down. He'll get this to Henry. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he's out of bounds on the return as we see a flag on the field. A fortunate break for them as they get a gift with roughing the kicker. Their offense heading back out to keep things going. You gotta be smarter than that. No reason to hit the kicker there, and that gives them a first down. Here's May. taken in by Diggs. And he gets this forward to the 19. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
From the gun, here's a handoff. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Back-to-back carries here. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. May looking to throw. This one's caught. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun. Here's May. He's got it. And he has the New England touchdown. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Patriots take a molehill off that mountain as they still trail by 27. The Patriots kick team out there as they send it away. Return coming from the 6. Finds some space. He's past the 30. They track him down, but a nice return in the end there, Brock. He's out to the 38. The Giants are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. A give to Tracy up the middle. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from New York. Giants started celebrating this win a while ago. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's brought down after a short gain. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. They go right back to Tracy. He still has room inside the 30. And he has it almost to the red zone down at the 21-yard line. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. And because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
From the gun, it's Tracy. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, kid. I know you do. And this one was about willpower. He got the rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run and a great try at that first down.
Options are open here. So the Giants come away with the win. And this is a game that proves every Pee Wee and Pop Warner and high school coach across the country correct, Brock. Teams who make fewer mistakes and turnovers gonna win a lot of football games. They kept the football, they forced a couple of turnovers, and that was a big part of the difference in this one. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Heward and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a well-earned win for the Giants as we say so long from New York.